All right. Good afternoon, Kira. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. So I've got your resume here in front of me, and you've applied to a legal intake position of mine for a fantastic client located in downtown Maitland. You have got some really impressive experience on your resume, and I love the longevity of your background and your experience at each of the companies that you work for. I want to start by talking about your experience working as a customer relations manager for Legends.
Okay.
All right, tell me a little bit about that role, what a typical day looks like for you.
With Legends, I was in charge of numerous different things, but it was a membership account. Um, you have a membership, and it was kind of like a social club that was linked to a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So they did a lot of events to raise money for the non-for-profit. So I was in charge of coordinating all of that, working with the members of the organization to get everything up and going, networking, making sure that everybody was on the same page and everything was running smoothly.
And you also had a lot to do with, it looks like, the accounts payable and accounts receivables as well, too, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so they used QuickBooks was online was the program they used. I was the only one there that entered all of their incoming and outgoing, anything to do financially, payroll, money to the non-for-profit, collecting when they would raise money, and recording it, journal entry in it, paying all the bills for the physical location, that type of stuff.
Give me an idea of the amount of incoming and outgoing invoices per week, just on average, just so I can get an idea of the volume that you were dealing with.
Per week, I was probably dealing with about 50 to 75.
Okay, invoices.
Yeah.
And you were the only one managing all of those processes, or was there anyone else in the accounting department?
No, I was the only one managing those there.
Who did you report to in that position?
Al was my supervisor. He was the co-owner, co-founder.
Okay.
So he was who I directly reported to.
All right, fantastic. And you said you were utilizing QuickBooks. How are you with Excel?
I'm very good with Excel. All of them, Microsoft Office, Windows, Excel, Outlook. I've used Microsoft Access, Publisher, Word, of course. But Excel I used at another job that I have, that's HydroDry. I was there for like 14, 15 years. We use that a lot of spreadsheets for project costing, just project job list, tracking it. They used Excel for time. They used it a lot for like on projects.
Okay.
Recording people's time.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, you've got some really great experience. And I also noticed too, you've got even dispatching and administrative support experience too. And that was for an HVAC company. How many trucks are, well, I don't know if they use trucks, but how many folks were incoming and outgoing per day in that role?
Yeah. Okay, so I used, for the HVAC company that I worked for, I had one specific location because there were several different dispatchers. So for my location that I worked with the area manager and those technician and jobs, there was about 15 on an average. And then also similar role with HydroDry. I was there for 15 years and we had offices in 7 different cities. And I was overseeing all of those. And that was the same thing with dispatching, scheduling. They were actually mitigation property damage company that did mitigation services when either residential or commercial buildings had fire, flood, or mold damage.
Fantastic. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, and that's very relevant to the first position. I've got a few different openings that now, as I'm learning more about your background, that I think you're very qualified for. Where exactly are you located in the Orlando area?
I am Metro West area.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. And Kiera, what are your salary expectations? What do you need to make to consider an opportunity?
I'm flexible, but I'm looking to start at about $16, $17 an hour.
All right. Fantastic. And if offered an opportunity, how soon can you start?
I can start immediately.
All right. Fantastic. I'm going to stop the recording and chat with you about the openings that I've got.
Okay. All right.